Welcome to That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your host, Adam Gockowski.
Hello, welcome to the very first episode of That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski. I'm your host, Adam Gockowski, and I'm very excited to get this series kicked off and highlight the amazing individuals in the Cleveland running community, giving them a platform to share their stories with you. It's going to be an awesome journey, but for this first episode, there's no guests. It's just me. We're going to talk about what to expect in this series, some updates with yours truly, and we're going to have a lot of fun all the way through. All right, Cleveland, let's get rocking and rolling. For those that don't know me, I have been in the Cleveland running community for about a decade. I've had a lot of wonderful opportunities, such as being a former ambassador for the Cleveland Marathon, and then leading a charity team for the race, being members of so many different run clubs like Run with the Winners and Guardian Runners and Run the Land. So many great opportunities. I've been doing at least one local race once a month for the last decade, from 5Ks to full marathons and everything in between. I've been very, very fortunate to be a part of this community. When it came to developing this show, I really wanted to create a platform where I can highlight the individual runners and be able to give them an opportunity to tell their story. We know so many wonderful people in the Cleveland running community that are very interesting and come from all different talent levels, all different backgrounds, all different everything. So this show is going to give the individual runner an opportunity to share their story. And we're going to do it in a fun way. It's not going to be like a book report or anything like that. It's not going to be a, Dateline or 60 Minutes kind of show. No, it's going to be lighthearted, funny, a little bit goofy, but also very informative and fun. So it's going to be a good time. And I want the Cleveland runners to embrace each other in a different format. So that's why I created this show in the first place. As for myself, I do have some personal updates for everybody. Well, I'm currently in the process of starting my own business. I can't say too much right now, but it will benefit the Cleveland running community when it's fully ready to go. That is in the process of moving forward as we speak. So there's that. I will say this, little secret, emphasize on the little. I was supposed to sign up for an LLC earlier this week. And, well, a situation took place in my family that I'm not really allowed to say quite yet. And, you might be wondering, what is this situation and how big of a situation is this? To answer your question, 6 pounds, 3 ounces. It's not my situation. It's technically my brother's situation, but I'm not allowed to talk about the situation. But let me just tell you, everybody involved with the situation, they're doing well. And I couldn't be happier. So basically, I have not started my business officially because of a situation that I'll be announcing at a later time. But life is good on my end. Another update that I have for everybody is I'm currently in pre-production of another online show. This show also relates to the Cleveland running community. It is strictly about nonprofits and their races. So the idea is for a nonprofit to come on the show. We interview them about their mission, about their races, and how to get involved. So that show will be coming up probably later in 2026. It is currently in pre-production, but I'm very excited for that show as well. So currently, I have this show at the very, very start of it. And then later on this year will be the nonprofit running show. So I'm very excited for it, and I'm excited to share it when it's ready. And as you can tell, I obviously have a lot of love for the Cleveland running community. For every different category that you can think of, it makes this community what it is. So between this show, interviewing the runners about who they are as runners, Clevelanders, and people, and then the future show about the nonprofits and their races. We're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of community to be a part of. And I'm very grateful to be able to produce these shows and host it. And, I'm already stumbling on my words. That's how excited I am for it. So it's going to be a beautiful journey, and I'm excited to have you join me for every step of the way.
Don't go anywhere. That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski will return after these messages.
Cleveland, this is the part of the show where we would have a commercial, but I just told you I'm not an LLC yet. That should happen by episode 2. But if you're interested in advertising on the show, send me a direct message. We'll work out a deal. All right, now back to the program.
And now, back to the program.
So when it comes to the production and the feel of this show, I'm going to be very honest with everybody. I miss the old standard definition Cleveland of the 1990s and the old local access of Cleveland suburbs of yesteryear. There was some charm with the goofiness of just ourselves, and what I'm referring to is like the Big Chuck and Little John, who I absolutely love. Big Chuck and Little John. Think of all those goofy skits. Think of how ridiculous they were. Think about Dick Goddard coming on them. They may be ridiculous, but they were ours. And there was something charming about that. And for those that would remember Ghilardi, I personally obviously don't. So if you're screaming at the TV saying that guy wouldn't remember Ghilardi, of course not. My parents loved Ghilardi. I'm well too young, but I'm a kid who grew up with Big Chuck and Little John. As goofy as those skits were, once again, they were ours. And then you think about local access of the suburbs. I grew up in Twinsburg, and we had Cable 9. And I'm pretty sure Macedonia, Aurora, some other remaining or bordering towns, we were all connected with Cable 9. I just remember being a young kid and coming across this ridiculous high school production of a fake wrestling show that took place on the Twinsburg football field. I'm now 36 talking about that. Ridiculous show done by a bunch of 17-year-olds, but it was their show. And it was a Twinsburg show. And as goofy as it was, it had some community feel to it. And that's what I want with this show. I want it to be strictly a Cleveland show where imagine you're flipping channels and you come across your local access, and here is the neighbor guy on some backlot talk show where they're talking about cooking. Same kind of feel. I want Clevelanders to come on here, talk about their running journey, talk about themselves, and loosen up and have a good time. This show is not going to be about how to train for the big races or what to do, how to do it. That stuff will get brought up naturally, of course, because that is a part of many people's journey. But we will goof around. I will make stupid jokes. We will have a lot of fun. We'll embrace the city. We'll talk about things that you love to do when it's not training season. I want to get to know the person behind the runner. I want to know the Clevelander behind the runner. And of course, we'll talk about running. Absolutely, we'll talk about running because I want people to embrace their favorite running spots or their favorite races and everything in between. With that being said, all I ask is please don't beat up on the production on this show. I know it's cheap. I'm the one producing this show. We're going to have lighting issues. We're going to have microphone issues. We're definitely going to have stupid interview questions from a guy who doesn't know how to interview. Trust me, I know that's going to happen. But we're going to have fun together, and we're going to get better together, just like we do in the sport of running. So Clevelanders, let's have fun. And when I say Clevelanders, I'm not talking just strictly in the Cleveland limits. I'm talking all of Northeast Ohio. So if you're from Youngstown, if you're from Akron, if you're from North Columbus, yeah. If you're in basic terrestrial radio airwaves of the Cleveland market, yeah, I want you to listen to this show. You're a part of this community too. And even if you have no ties to Cleveland and you just come across this show, like we would do when we were on vacation and we would come across some other city's goofballs on their television. Welcome to Cleveland. Embrace who we are and have fun. So all is welcome. I will always say I am only able to embrace Cleveland. I don't think I would personally translate well in literally any other American city. This is a very Cleveland-based show. So we're going to have a lot of fun together. The show is going to be cheap, but we're going to have fun.
That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski will be right back after these messages.
One last thing. If you are a Cleveland musician and would like to have your music featured on this show for free, let me know. We are the rock and roll capital of the world for a reason. All right, back to the show.
We're back on That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski.
I'm very excited for you to learn about these guests that will be on this show. There are a lot of talented people at so many different talent levels for you to learn about. So getting to know who they are and how they got here and how they became this and how they became that, that's going to be a lot of fun. Because remember, we're all a part of this community. So it doesn't matter what level you're at or what you did. There's something to learn from the person across the table. So being able to give a platform for them, for you to learn from them, that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's actually what I'm most excited about for this show. And to wrap up the intro episode of That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski, I just want to say, Cleveland, thank you for giving myself a chance and giving this show a chance. It's going to be great. And I'm very, very excited for you to be a part of this. I'm very excited for run club leaders to come on here and talk about their clubs. I'm excited for elite runners to come on here and talk about their journeys. I'm excited for new runners to be a part of this, old runners to be a part of this, because we are all a part of this wonderful Cleveland running community. So thank you. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. And please follow us on Instagram. When new episodes come up, you'll be the first to know. All right, Cleveland. Thank you and love ya.
Thank you for watching That Cleveland Running Show with Adam Gockowski. Until next time, keep running, Cleveland.